Hello, dear students and viewers on my YouTube channel. I welcome here. Today we will see the poem called The Rock and the Bubble. This is written by Luisa May Alcott. She is an American novelist and short story writer. Her popular work is Little Women. It is written in 1868. So let's move her introduction about the author. Lucia May Alcott was born in 1832 and she died in 1880. American novelist and short story is best known for her novel called Little Women. 1868. Her parents were well-known transcendentalists and followers of Ralph Waldo Emerson. Transcendentalism is a kind of movement. It is related to religious faith and their principles. So Ralph Waldo Emerson is also part of this movement. So that's why her parents was follower of the Transcendentalist movement. Let's continue. Alcott grew up in New England, surrounded by the rich intellectual milieu of Transcendentalism, and this was a deep influence in her writing. Alcott began her writing career using the pen name A.M. Bernard, which she used to publish thrillers meant for younger adults. So she took here a pen name, that is A.M. Bernard, which she used to publish thrillers meant for young adults. Little Women, loosely based on Alcott's own childhood experiences, won her acclaim and remains popular among modern readers. Alcott was an advocate of feminist causes and actively worked for women's suffering. She has taken part for the women's suffering and their problems. It reflects in her work as well. So let's see about the text or about the poem. The poem highlights the meaninglessness of vanity. The poem highlights or focuses on the meaninglessness of vanity. Vanity is fruitless, nothing having any value itself. It points out that true strength exudes both humility and gentleness. Humility is a modesty and gentleness you know better. So we should live in happily in the society. So we must have some qualities with ourselves, that is modesty as well as gentleness. Let's see. The moral is presented as a conversation between a large sea rock and the little bubble. The theme of this poem is the moral is presented as a conversation between a large sea rock and a little bubble. The bubble's angry, laughable contempt for the rock and its vanity ends badly, while the rock is commended for its humility and gentleness. The poem is thematically similar to Emerson's well-known poem, The Mountain and Squirrel. Both poems show that everything small or big has its own place in the God's creation. This is fundamental message has got from this poem. In this world or in this universe, everything has its value. Small or great, nothing. Everything is great at their own places. Similarly, in our life, every person has good qualities in their behaviors or in their traits. So, every person should be considered equal and same. If we just put value our own self and we do not give value to others, it means we are insulting that person. Similarly, here the God has created the world and everything has its own importance, their own qualities, though less or more, or it is a small or big, it doesn't matter, but everything is important in the world. So this is a little bit a background of the poem. Let's see. So we are going to discuss the poem line by line. Before we are going to start these lines, we must think about the title, The Rock and the Bubble. Bubble is a very small thing, very mere thing, but when we talk on the rock is a great thing. But if something has its value, but we cannot reject others' value. Let's see the first stanza of this poem. Oh, bare brown rock stood up in the sea, the waves at its feet dancing merrily. Oh, bare brown rock stood up in the sea, the waves at its feet dancing merrily. So, it is a dialogue or it is a conversation of bubble. Bubble consider itself very rich and very lucky. Rock is there and at one place. Everything is going ahead, but you are at place. A little bubble once came sailing by, and thus to the rock did it gaily cry. Gaily means it is kind of thing which is giving a enjoy to you. That means it is a your happiness, your pleasantness, your happiness or pleasantness. A little bubble once came sailing by, and thus to the rock did it gaily cry. Oh, clumsy brown stone, quick make way for me. I am the fairest thing that floats on the sea. So this is, we can say, the pride of the bubble. It is converted into ego. He has pride. I have the value. You are only rock, a stone. You are at one place. But I have value. Oh, clumsy brown stone, quick make way for me. I am the fairest thing that floats on the sea. I am floating on the sea. So, it is here the bubble is not considered to the rock. Rock is a valueless according to bubble. So let's see next stanza. See my rainbow robe, see my crown of light, my glittering form, so airy and bright. I look very nice, glittering everywhere. It's having a rainbow robe. Over the waters blue, I am floating away to dance by the shore with the foam and spray. Over the waters blue, I am floating away to dance by the shore with the foam and spray. Here, the conversation of the bubble is that it is considered very lucky. I will do dance. You cannot move from your place. I can be reached at the seashore. So that is, I will float in the sea anywhere else. You are at the one place. So this is a misconsideration of the others. So let's see next stanza. Now make way, for the waves are strong, and their rippling feet bear me fast along. Now make way, for waves are strong, and their rippling feet bear me fast rippling means flowing in irregular current. Current, it is a stream of water. Now make way, for the waves are strong and their rippling feet bear me fast along. This is all about the seashore. This is all about the sea. Waves are also floating anywhere, it will come at the seashore. Along with it, the bubble will come here. So, bubble is considered great itself, and he has not considered to the rock. Rock is at one place, he cannot move, it cannot move anywhere else. So let's see another stanza. But the great rock stood straight up in the sea. It looked gravely down and said pleasantly. But great rock stood straight up in the sea. But here rock is greatly stood in the sea. It looked gravely down and said pleasantly. So it is also pleasant of the rock. Little friend, you must go some other way, for I have not steered this many a long day. This is a conversation of the rock. It requests to a little bubble, little friend, you must go some other way, for I have not steered this many a long day. I have not steered anywhere else here. Great billows have dashed and angry winds blown, but my sturdy form is not overthrown. So rock is sturdy, rock is strong, it cannot affect any atmosphere. If atmosphere will change, the bubble will vanish. So it is an important thing is that we should consider each one's value, everyone's value in our life. If we give own self importance and we are not consider others' opinion or their behaves, you consider yourself as a great person. But every person or everything has its value in the world, in the universe. Here, rock and the bubble. Bubble has also its look, as well as rock has also its sturdiness. Let's see next stanza. Nothing can steer me in air or sea, then how can I move, little friend, for thee? Here the request made by the bubble, you should move little bit, I have to go. There is a waves, there are waves, that's why you should give me a way. But here is a conversation of the rock. Nothing can steer me in air or sea, then how can I move, little friend, for thee? Then the waves all laughed in their voices sweet, and the seabirds looked from their rocky seat.